Grant Hill, newest member of the LA Clippers. You were looking at the Lakers, the Knicks, the Heat, and I'm sure that you got a phone call from Steve Nash saying, hey, buddy, you know where you should come, right? So why the Clippers?
Well, I like the team. I like, certainly I think last season there was tremendous excitement in L.A. with bringing Chris Paul and Chauncey Billups in and, making it to the second round of the playoffs and losing to a very hot Spurs team. And I think some of the additions that they brought in, Lamar Odom, Jamal Crawford, getting Chauncey back, who was hurt most of the season, I just felt like, wow, this is an exciting time, and they took a big step last year, and hopefully this year with the new additions, with the core from last year, we can take another big step.
I saw that you took out a nice full-page ad in the Arizona Republic thanking the fans. How hard was it for you to leave?
Well, it's always hard. I enjoyed my time in Phoenix, and I thought initially I'd just go there for 2 years and retire. And I was able to play 5 seasons, and great memories, great times. We didn't ultimately accomplish what we wanted to in terms of winning a championship, but certainly it was there were great memories, and so yeah, I mean it's never easy to leave and transition and uproot, but I'm excited about being in LA. And being a part of this team and playing with some of these great, talented players.
Turning 40 in October. LA's got a little bit of talent. Has Vinny Del Negro been able to lay out for you what exactly your role is going to look like?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked. Vinny, and had a chance to talk with Vinny a lot the last week or so. And, he I think, having depth is important. If you look at any team that has been successful, any team that's won championships or made it far in the playoffs, being able to call upon 9-10 guys at different points throughout the season and in the playoffs. And certainly, I think we have good depth. I think we have good guys who are who want to win, who want to go out and throw it all into the team and do what's best for the team. And we have versatility. We can go big, we can go small, we can do a number of things. So, we got all the ingredients now. Now we just got to get in the gym and collectively work together and figure it out. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, we can accomplish something really special.
You've had some issues with your wheels, and I'd love your feedback. I've been reading so much about this platelet enrichment procedure. Kobe went over to Germany to do. Did you actually go over to Germany as well?
I did go.
Can you explain that a little bit? I've had 4 knee surgeries, and I've been reading about it, but I would love to hear your take as somebody who's actually gone through it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just interesting. It's just, I don't pretend to understand. I'm more of a foot and ankle guy, not a knee guy. So, I'm more the expert with it when it comes to ankles. But, the reality was I was feeling really good before I went, but just went over there, and it's just basically taking your blood, spinning it, and then I guess injecting it back into the site wherever you're having problems. So, it seemed to work well for me. I know I talked with Kobe and other athletes who have done it, and so yeah, it was cool. Honestly, I was feeling really good before I went. So it was.
What does it feel? Does it feel hot? Does it feel cold? I think about it, and it just. Ugh.
What does it feel like? Yeah. It's just a shot. It feels. It depends if you're scared of needles or not. But it's been effective, and they do it in the States too. They do it in the States, and this PRP, which I think is either very similar or exactly what this gentleman does, and he just this guy over in Germany's had tremendous success, and he was the one that sort of came up with the protocol. So. It's always worth going to the guy who invented it. But there are places in the States, and it's sort of becoming popular. And so anyway, I tried it. I was feeling good before. I was feeling good after. So it was all good.
Grant Hill, newest member of the LA Clippers. Back in 2000, you were going to be on the Olympic team. I seem to remember you being a foot and ankle guy, that the ankle got in the way of you competing. Have you thought any about that, about not having the opportunity with the Olympics coming up?
Well, I mean, I missed out in 2000. I played on the '96 team, so I did get a go.
Right.
Yeah, I was the youngest on that team with Barkley and Malone and Shaq and Penny, and so we had a fun time. And it would have been great to compete again in Sydney, but of course I did get hurt, and so misfortune. But I do sort of understand where these guys are. I think times have obviously changed, and things are a little bit different than '96. We pretty much kind of knew we were going to win, and kind of just took care of the competition. It was actually pretty funny. Nobody on the team wanted to be the leading scorer in those games, in the Olympic Games, because whoever the leading scorer ended up having to be drug tested. So if you watch those games, and the only reason for that was because the drug testing process, I mean, you'd be there for 2 hours after the game, and so nobody wanted to be there and just have to go through that whole process. So if you watch those games and watch the highlights at the end of the games, everyone's being super unselfish, passing the ball because no one wants to shoot.
I thought you were going to say something like the leading scorer had to buy everyone on the team dinner.
Oh no! It was so, but no, it was a fun time, and obviously the rest of the world has caught up. There's great competition out there, and so it should be exciting. I mean, I think Spain and Argentina are certainly very capable, but I have confidence in our guys. I have confidence in Coach K. But I would like the rest of the world will be watching.
What is it about Coach K and his ability to communicate with the players that, all of these guys separately, they're the best at what they do? How does he bring them all together so they play unselfishly at the level they do to try to win the gold?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that the genius in Coach K and sort of why he's a Hall of Famer are a couple of reasons. One, his ability to connect. He's a relationship guy, and he invests time in relationships, and I think he has a special relationship with each one of those guys. Certainly most of those guys have played for him before, either back in '08 in Beijing or in 2010 in Turkey, in the World Championship. So he spends a lot of time getting to know his players, getting to know sort of what makes them tick, and also I think really just getting people to buy into a common theme. That's sort of his genius and his ability to do that. And I always say he's a great leader who just happens to coach basketball. And so I think he's had a profound effect on all those guys. And I think if you talk to all those guys individually, they'd all say that they've enjoyed playing with him and getting to know him. So unfortunately, we have to play against those guys after they had that experience, and so I have to, compete against most of those guys, and certainly that's no fun. But I'm glad that they've had a chance to experience, even on a small scale, what I got to experience in college for 4 years.
I believe Steve Wojciechowski and Chris Collins are both assistants for Coach K on the Olympic team. Are either one of those guys ever going to take a head job in college and flee the Duke nest?
Yeah, I mean, that's the million-dollar question. They've been there for a while at Duke, and I think both of them are really capable. I think they'll be really good head coaches and have the program, a great program for them in the future. But, I think, hey, you went to school at Duke, you have a chance to be there and Raleigh-Durham, be a part of your program, learn from the master himself, have a chance every 4 years, 2 years to do some international coaching. They're out there sort of leading the practice, with LeBron and Kobe and some of the great players in the NBA. So I'm sure that they're enjoying it. They're continuing to grow and learn and just getting themselves ready for when they have their own program someday.
You've got a 2-year deal for the Clippers.
Yes.
Do you plan on fulfilling both years?
Oh, I don't know. I've been year to year for the last 5 years, so we'll just see how that plays out.
If for some reason Clippers win the NBA title, you ride off into the sunset?
If we win the NBA title, I'm coming back for another year.
You're going to be doing the year-by-year thing for a long time if that's how you're going to measure it, Grant.
Yeah, at some point, my wife said, "Look, at some point, you got to put we got to put an end to this," because I've been saying, year to year for the literally for the last five
It's good.
years.
Be non-committal, and then you don't disappoint anybody, right?
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, I got to ask you a question.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm getting interviewed now. You're flipping the tables on me,
I got to
huh?
ask you a question. So I heard a little earlier that you were commenting on Mr. Patrick being a little overweight.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Fritzy totally set you up, didn't he?
No, I heard it. You know what? My phone was blowing up. I knew that people knew I was going on Dan Patrick, and they said, "Wow, I mean, he's really killing them." So
it's wrong on so many levels. And it's even more wrong because I went to Maryland and you went to Duke, and the entire time I was in school, we never beat y'all, and now you're busting my chops.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't know when you were at Maryland, but everyone talks about this Duke-Maryland rivalry.
I know.
And I don't even remember.
I
don't remember because, it was just one of those games where you pad your stats when I was at Duke. But now I guess it's supposed to be a rivalry. Boy, how times have changed.
You know we can't be friends after this, right? Tell your dad I said hi, would you?
I certainly will. Thanks for having me.
Grant, it was great talking to you. Thanks for coming on. Fritzy, you threw me under the bus, didn't you? Paulie, you threw me under the bus?
No, he watches the show. Grant's watched Dan's Jumper. He's very defensive. He's entertained.
If Grant was really watching the show, he would know that I did not call Dan fat.
You're calling him a liar?
Oh, jeez. Really? This is becoming a complete unmitigated disaster. Now I've called Dan fat. Now I'm calling Grant a liar. What else? What else is going to happen to me today? At least I ate breakfast.